morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Joe from Cognitive Crypto here. Today, we're going to be doing our public debut of Cognitive Crypto and give everyone an idea of where our product is heading. I'd also like to introduce Billy Bones.
Hey, what's going on, guys and gals?
And Lord Cognitive.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
So those are the three people we have working here in Cognitive Crypto. And really what we're here to do and what Cognitive Crypto, the plans for, is that our goal is to try to save those who are new to crypto and those who are experienced in crypto time. And we'll do that through a couple of means. And really the big one is going to be through education, because it's really difficult for everybody to know everything about crypto. And then also through crypto alpha finds. And we'll discuss a little bit about which each one of those are. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Lord Cognitive, who will give you the quick rundown on education.
Yes, thank you, Joe. So what started as private consultations now is transforming it into training modules, right? So think of it as 4 or 5 classes, kind of a start to finish, right? Some of those examples will include keeping it simple, how to onboard your fiat, using centralized exchanges like Coinbase. For people that are even a little bit more advanced or moving forward in training, then we start talking about, creating a MetaMask wallet, attaching those MetaMask wallets to decentralized exchanges, right? Giving you access to pools, farms, or staking, or even being the lender.
Great. Those are definitely all the things that we're trying to hit in here. And when we look into the future too, I think we've definitely already worked with a bunch of people to teach them how to use their wallets and be able to get into various projects in crypto that would be time consuming for them to do if they did it on their own. Other things that you guys can look forward to as we move into the future here. So, in one of our groups, we're doing the weekly Ask Us Anythings, where you can ask any question you want, and then we'll try to answer it. And if we can't, then in the future, we'll make sure we get the answer for you. We're going to start doing quarterly state of the market courses at the beginning of each course. We're also going to make some videos on various crypto skills, just so there's some public information where you can go learn about basic crypto skills if you're new. You got our collaborator content coming. So Lord Cognitive, he's been pretty on board with getting on new collaborators who can do videos for us and working that angle to help you guys learn. And then we're going to do a weekly YouTube crypto intel drop where we'll just post that out to the public. And then last, and probably one of the most important, if you look on our Discord and our websites, our Discord is where our community is going to be held. So that's really important to us, is serving the community, and that's where it's all going to happen. So really, that's how the education is going to occur, and the multiple ways that we're planning to do that. But that's not all we're doing. The second thing we're going to be doing is looking at the alpha hunt. And to give you an idea of exactly what that means or what that is, I'm going to pass it over to Billy Bones to give you that information.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, so alpha, most people in the space know what that means. It's just information that leads to an edge. Gets you the information asymmetries that will allow you to profit or seize on opportunities. And that is what we are trying to develop here through our networks in this community and along with other communities. So the way we see it, we don't know everything. The three of us, it's impossible for us to know everything and anything about all the different aspects of crypto, NFTs, Web3, if you want to call it that. So the best way to remedy that is to build communities that allow inflows of information that also can screen and validate that information, right? So the more eyes and ears that we have, that creates a better filter for all the noise that's out there to find those great opportunities. We've already seen it here in the Discord server, but we'll also leverage some of our personal networks between Lord Cognitive's, my own, and Joe's here, in order to bring in information that can provide an edge to our community. And what we mean by that is going through different Discord servers that we have good relationships with. That means reaching out to other networks that we have in the venture space, networks in the developer space, different projects that we have relationships with, and bring in all that information to try and get our community opportunities, whether they be whitelists or just early information to get in on sales or on the projects at an early time. So that's kind of what we're looking at for that, and what we will be implementing to kind of incentivize this within our community is we'll have some alpha hunts, which will entail basically almost like a bounty system, but we'll be refining that as we move forward. And what that will be is we'll basically people that bring in whitelist opportunities, AMA opportunities to give our community, we'll get something back out of that, right? So that's kind of where we see this going as far as the alpha hunts go. And I think that is all I have regarding that. If Joe or Lord have anything to add, please go ahead.
Absolutely. No, I think that was a great summary. And one other thing we want to mention in this is our collaborators and our whitelist work. And Lord Cognitive has the info on that, so I'll pass it to him.
Yeah, so the collaborator program is a phenomenal program, right? So we're identifying other crypto YouTube enthusiasts, right, that have established channels with established members, but they're lacking one thing, and that is literally the online community. So we're filling that gap. Essentially, what we're trying to do is not only are we going to collaborate and work on projects together, we're creating this information highway, basically what Billy was saying. We're going to create this conduit of just a flow of information that, collectively as a group that we try to vet, we try to review before we bring it to the masses. And that kind of reinforces that, it's not about being an individual expert, but it's about creating the community that turns everyone into experts, right? So you're literally as strong as your base foundation. So when we originally created the community, knowing that at some point we would be collaborating, we were like, let's try to onboard as many intelligent people that we can. That way we create that baseline foundation of people that, we want to take through the journey with us. With that being said, once you get on board, once you get educated, we kind of know what the name of the game is, right? We're here to learn about opportunities and find that edge and find that niche. So another initiative we've been doing is whitelist hunting. Very popular. When you dive into it, you realize everybody is trying to do it, but there's an important reason why we're all trying to do it, right? We're trying to create opportunities for us that really open the doors for us down the road. Most recently, Chain Analysis launched some data here covering 2021. And what they found out was for people that were able to get a whitelist opportunity, there was about a 76% chance that you were going to profit, right, on that particular move or trade or whatever you were getting into. For those that weren't whitelisted, but say, hey, they were equally excited to get in that project, they just got an after the mint or after it all kind of happened, that drastically dropped to only about a 21% chance to profit. So right there, just on one set of data, and there's a lot more, and I didn't want to overwhelm this call with it, just really shows you the importance of us trying to get to the beginning of a project. Let's just say it like this. We're mini VCs. If you get that whitelist opportunity, you're like, all of a sudden you become this accredited mini VC investor without having those credentials. So it's very cool. It's very difficult to achieve some of them. You have to be very active in the communities, but as we leverage our network, we leverage our public community. That's what kind of opens up the doors to have these conversations with these project leaders. So we're excited. There's going to be a lot more to come there. A lot of the opportunities are kind of forward. They'll be coming up. So we're excited to see more whitelist opportunities coming to our private members.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts too, right? As we build the community around that, and some other things you're going to see with the community here in the short term are, as Billy mentioned, was information about having alpha hunts, but there's also going to be raffles in our community. So for the public, you're going to see some raffles of crypto going out just to, help those who are helping us out within our community and building that community around that. And then the contests themselves. So the alpha hunts or other bounties that we potentially are looking for. if you have that information, and we're going to try to offer opportunities for you to earn something back from that. And that really summarizes both the education and the alpha hunting that we're going to do. The last thing we want to do here in the intro is just give you a quick understanding of who we are, or our background and time in crypto. So I'll pass it back over to Billy Bones just to give a quick overview of that, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So my background was in business and operations, and I got into crypto in probably like 2016, but was not very into it. I invested in it a little bit, but I didn't really dive down the rabbit hole, so to speak. That changed in or right around the time COVID started, and I started digging into it a little bit deeper. And so in 2020, and then it was just an exponential growth of my knowledge and connections in the space from there on out. I've worked on a few different projects. I've advised some projects. I have a background in VC, in traditional VC, not in the crypto space. And I have a bunch of connections right now in traditional finance sector, as well as the technology sector. And I see how the space is quickly becoming a place where everyone wants to be, even all the like Web2 companies, and everyone can see it right in the news headlines. But it's very apparent when you talk to people that are in leadership positions at these various companies and organizations, and they just want in. And so again, I think it's a thing that I learned very early on was that and John, or sorry, Lord mentioned that that we 76% chance of profitability for getting in early on like a whitelist, right? That really is the key here, like that information asymmetry, finding projects at an early stage, being able to get in and take advantage of that knowledge. It also helps to have the knowledge and understanding of how the technology works from a base perspective. As we came up in this space and community, like you had to learn. There's a ton of learning involved. There'll never be widespread adoption until more people can be onboarded into this space. So that was really the vision when we went about to start this community, was to bring people on board, merge non-crypto natives with crypto natives, cross-pollinate that information and that knowledge base within our own little community, and hope that we can all work towards seizing on these opportunities together as a community.
Yeah, I think that's a really great summary of what we're going after, and thanks for giving an overview of your paths. I'll pass it over to Lord Cognitive for his quick background.
Yeah, so like Billy, I started 2017. I was involved. I'll shoot you guys straight. I learned the hard way, man. Hard knock life, right? Just look at the graphs in 2017, and then look what happens in 2018. I went along for that ride. What does that resemble? Literally the market conditions we're in now. So I sleep well at night now. I stake and I relax. But 2017, 18, I did not, right? So emotionally invested, sold for losses. We had other things happen throughout the course, right? We've had money on exchanges that was hacked, things outside of the controllable at the time. Now we leverage, ledgers and things of that nature. So there's where that education comes in. Sales and operations for over 15 years in traditional business. I've been just doing traditional investing, whether it's boring index funds or it's options tradings, for a better part of 15 plus years as well, maybe even almost 20 years. one of the greatest assets that I possess is the ability to research. So that's what I've been doing since we took losses in 2018. We invested a little bit over those last few following years, but mostly was just researching, right? Similar to Billy, when COVID kicked in, that's when I really started getting back into it, which was, exciting times. The market was running and going crazy. Also, I guess that would be kind of it from there.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'll go into my background real fast. So I have only been in crypto since 2020. I do have a degree in astronautical engineering, bachelor's of science, and working on a master's degree in the same thing. For my career, I've done about 9 years of analytics. So I've just really been doing analysis on a variety of world problems for the last 9 years or so. With that, again, being in crypto since 2020, big things that I've done. I was an ambassador for the Celsius app for a number of months. I'm no longer in that position due to some changes they made with their contracting, but it was an interesting experience and gave me some really great insight into a pretty major brand within the crypto community and just how they build their products and how they do their marketing. My interests really lie right now in metaverse products and play to earn games. Those are the ones that I'm most interested in. But I'm definitely involved in a lot of communities. If, you look on the Discord list there. Outside of our Discord, I'm involved in probably 10 to 20 communities somewhere in there. And really, my goal or things that I do best are, analysis. Again, I've done that for many years, but really doing analysis on very complicated problems and then turning that into easily understandable information for people to make decisions off of or use in some way. So that's really the specialty that I have. And right now I'm able to work full time for the next couple of months in cognitive crypto, which is a huge asset here for us. I'm super excited about starting to get a lot of content out to you. And I am fortunate. I do have some connections in the crypto community. So it's nice to have pretty major players that I can leverage if I need to talk to them or understand something better, which I'm really excited about. So with that, hopefully that gives you an intro to who we are. Billy Bones, Lord Cognitive, and Joe here at Cognitive Crypto. We want to just thank everybody for watching today as we, again, do our public debut here. If you're interested in getting those weekly intel drops, definitely subscribe to the channel for those future drops. And then, we'll put a link down for the public Discord where, we do the majority of our work and work really with our community. And, if you join the community, you'll be able to enter those raffles and those contests to win free crypto too. So definitely take advantage of that. And we're definitely glad to be out in the open and public. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.